Imagine for a moment you're in a place where you can share the most intimate parts of yourself freely, without fear or judgment. This place is not just an idea, it's something you can create, something you have the power to step into effortlessly. And as you continue listening, you see, intimacy, it isn't something that just happens, it's something that unfolds, something that builds layer by layer, like a beautiful mosaic of shared thoughts, feelings and experiences. Now notice how we often build walls when it comes to expressing vulnerability. So most of there's a belief that sharing too much, revealing too much of ourselves, can make us weak or less worthy. But just like a flower that blooms in the most unexpected places, vulnerability can open doors, allowing you to connect in ways that feel both natural and profound. Women, often more emotionally resilient, seem to bounce back quickly from the storms of life. It's almost as if their hearts know how to deal, to find their centre again. Men, on the other hand, might take longer. They've been conditioned through millennia to be hunters, protectors, the ones who can't afford to show a weakness. And yet, in this very resistance to vulnerability, there's a doorway to a deeper connection, a deeper intimacy. You see, the beauty of intimacy begins when you go first, when you take that leap and share part of yourself that feels a little raw, a little exposed. It's in this sharing that something incredible happens. As you reveal yourself, you create a safe space for the other person to do the same. Imagine how, over time, this opens up an entire world of possibility. What if I told you there were ways to guide this process, to gently steer it in the direction you want it to go? There are tools, simple yet profound, that allow for more connection, more trust, more depth. Think of questions as a gateway to intimacy. These questions, when asked with just the right tone, in just the right way, can create the space for one person to open up, to share something they might not have otherwise. Now picture this. You're having a conversation and you ask, given the choice of anyone in the world, who would you like most to be the dinner guest? As they answer, you echo their response, validating their experience, making them feel heard, understood and appreciated. What if you could ask, would you like to be famous, and in what way? And just by doing so, you help them tap into their desires, their dreams, in ways that make the connection feel like a shared exploration. The subtle beauty of these questions lies in their ability to invite, rather than pressure, and to open up paths for both to explore together. So imagine asking, if you could live to the age of 99 and retain either the mind or the body of a 30-year-old, what would you want? This simple question has the power to create a deep and meaningful dialogue, allowing the other person to reflect on their life, their values and their deepest desires. Now as you listen, as you engage, notice how, without you even realizing it, these questions are gently leading you to a place where vulnerability is no longer feared. They guide you towards creating a space where you can explore, share and grow. And just by doing this, you're not only deepening your connection with others, you're transforming how you experience relationships together. But here's the secret. As you ask these questions, as you create the space for others to share, make sure you're also sharing. Share what you think, what you feel, what moves you. When you do this, the conversation becomes more than just a question and answer session. It becomes a dance, a back and forth, a connection that feels effortless, natural, and most importantly, safe. Imagine now you're in a room with someone you admire, someone you want to connect with. You might be thinking, what can I say that'll stand out? And here's where you can use a little trick. Compliment them. But don't just give any compliment, be specific. When you tell them, that outfit is amazing, it really brings out your personality. You create a connection that feels genuine, authentic and meaningful. You see, when we move away from the familiar into the unexpected, when we offer something new, something different, it shifts how we perceive each other. It makes us more present, more attuned and more connected. Now if you want to truly deepen that connection, consider these questions. If you knew in 1 year you'd die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you're living now? And why? It's a simple question, yet it cuts through the surface, allowing you to touch on something profound. And here's the beauty of the process. It's not about asking a series of questions. It's about creating a space where both of you can share, can reflect, can truly see each other. Through this, you'll realize intimacy. It isn't about perfection or answers. It's about the willingness to open up, to share, to connect in ways that feel honest and real. As you move forward, notice how this experience begins to shape your beliefs. How you begin to believe that intimacy, it's something you can create. Vulnerability, it's not weakness but a strength. And the more you engage these conversations, the more you'll see the patterns arise and how they bring you closer to the connections you seek. In every interaction, in every conversation, you have the ability to move closer, to build deeper, to share more. You have the power to create space where both you and the other person feel safe, understood, and most of all, deeply connected.